Jane was just a child, a mere 13 years old, when her mother announced she would be married. Her mother, hardened by life's struggles and blinded by the promise of financial security, had accepted a proposal on Jane's behalf. The suitor was Billy, a man twice Jane's age, who owned a small plot of land and a few heads of cattle. He was considered a good catch in their impoverished village. Jane, however, was horrified. This was not the life she envisioned for herself. The days leading up to the wedding were a blur of activity. Jane felt like a trapped bird, her wings beating against the bars of a cage. She tried to voice her dissent, to tell her mother that she wanted more from life than being a farmer's wife. But her pleas fell on deaf ears. Her mother, worn down by years of toil and hardship, saw this marriage as Jane's only chance for a secure future. Jane knew she had to take matters into her own hands. She could not bear the thought of being tied to Billy for the rest of her life. She yearned for something more, something beyond the confines of their village, something she couldn't even articulate. The only thing she knew for sure was that she had to escape. On the eve of her wedding day, Jane made her move. While everyone was preoccupied with the festivities, she slipped out of the house unnoticed. The night was dark, the only light coming from the sliver of a moon hidden behind the clouds. Fear gnawed at her, but the thought of marrying Billy spurred her on. She ran until her lungs burned and her legs screamed for mercy. The familiar dirt road stretched before her, leading away from the village and towards an uncertain future. Jane didn't know where she was going, but she knew she couldn't stay. As the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon, Jane stumbled and fell. She was exhausted, hungry and utterly alone. Despair threatened to engulf her, but she clung to the hope that she had done the right thing. She had escaped the life that had been chosen for her and taken her fate into her own hands. Jane lay by the side of the road, her body trembling with exhaustion. The sun beat down mercilessly and her throat was parched. Just when she thought she could go no further, she heard the rumble of a car engine. A sleek black car pulled up beside her, and a well-dressed couple emerged. The woman rushed to her side, her face etched with concern. "My dear child, what has happened? Are you all right?" Jane could only manage a weak shake of her head. Her vision blurred, and the world around her faded to black. When Jane regained consciousness, she found herself in a luxurious bedroom unlike any she had ever seen. The couple who had found her sat by her bedside, their faces a mixture of worry and relief. They introduced themselves as Mr. and Mrs. Carter, wealthy business owners who were traveling through the countryside. The Carters were childless, and they were immediately drawn to Jane's plight. They learned of her escape from a forced marriage and her yearning for a different life. Touched by her story, they offered to take her in, promising her a safe and loving home. Jane was hesitant at first. She had never known kindness from strangers, but the Carters' sincerity and warmth soon won her over. They treated her like their own daughter, providing her with everything she had ever desired: a comfortable home, nutritious food, and most importantly, love and affection. Under the Carters' care, Jane blossomed. She enrolled in the local school where her intelligence and eagerness to learn quickly shone through. Mr. Carter, a shrewd businessman, saw a spark in Jane that reminded him of himself.